feats of Olympian dimensions, yet deserve recognition. Tonight, the story of a triathlete who battles more than fatigue. Joe Wozniak jumps in a pool every day he can. Swimming's just one part of a triathlon, but it's the part that Joe likes the best.
A lot of triathletes, before they become triathletes, they're afraid to swim. And if there's any message I'd like to give them is that, hey, with arms like mine, if I can do it, they could do it too.
When Wozniak speaks of a lack of muscle strength, he's not being modest. He has a form of muscular dystrophy that makes the running and cycling a triathlon demands even more of a challenge.
The physical therapist had put me on a special machine where we actually tried to measure the strength of my arm, like for a swim stroke. And I couldn't even move the machine. It required just a minimum amount of force, which I didn't even have.
Though his physical strength is limited, Joe's mental strength knows no boundaries. It gives him the energy to train, training that in turn sustains his mental powers.
It gives me time to think, yeah. Like today, the 10-mile run this morning, 2.5 hours or so. You're able to go out there and say, hey, what am I going to do? What am I going to say today in this interview? Plan for tomorrow. How's our project going? It gives you time to kind of plan things out rather than just kind of go and do things without even thinking about it.
Joe's job requires a good deal of thinking, but that doesn't keep him from thinking of others. When he takes part in the Fountain Mountain Triathlon October 9th, he'll do so to benefit a program called Youth at Risk, a program designed to keep young people out of trouble with the law.
Yeah, you say, can you really do this? Now, these kids are really the same point of view. It's like when they start off, they don't really see much hope. It's the same old stuff. So from that standpoint, it's to say, hey, if I can show them, hey, there's something that can be done, now, hey, pay attention. Maybe you can get something out of this program, too.
And if you've got some help for us on our program of JD's Heroes, write us here. Maybe even have some help on the Youth at Risk program that Joe's getting involved in.
Boy, that's a great story.
Making a difference. Joe Wozniak has a message for you.
Somehow, if they could get that I'm really no different than they are, that I show up as an inspiration, and they actually can themselves. And I can't necessarily give it to them through the TV, but for somehow just for them to consider the possibility that they can make a difference in more ways than they ever thought possible. Today's an opportunity to make a difference with muscular dystrophy, but they can also use it to make a difference with their families, their workplaces, and other places. They can just pick up the phone and make their pledge and have that be their difference, because thousands of people are counting on them.
Please, pick up the phone and make a pledge now. It comes down to teamwork.
The whole Muscular Dystrophy Association owes it to Jerry Lewis's stand for the kids. And we're part of his team. And the researchers are part of his team. So that the viewers, their pledge really is their stand, that they're part of our team. And to know that by picking up the phone, they're joining our team. And to know that, hey, they may not feel like it, and they may say, well, next year will be better, but it would really make a difference to me, the kids, and themselves, really, that they could actually make a contribution that will be part of something that could make a difference in thousands of people's lives, and join our team.
And that team is just a phone call away. Pledge now. Turning a detriment into an opportunity. Quite an inspiration.
To discover that having something that looks like a detriment, having the practice of actually turning it around to be something very useful. You might say making it an opportunity to realize that I actually can inspire people. I mean, I never grew up thinking I could inspire people. And to really know that I've actually inspired many, many people. And that I can do that. And they allow me. They listen to me. And, so I would say that to be an inspiration to me moves me. Even thinking about doing this interview today. In the shower this morning, to know that there was going to be thousands of people watching, and what I said made a difference, was very moving, to be even moved by who I could be. Not like an ego or not like that, but that my life makes a difference. And I think I didn't have that experience before having muscular dystrophy.
Pledge now, won't you? Here's a man who's not different. He makes a difference.
Number one, I think, is to realize that my everyday experience of life, that the disease is not going to go away. What happens to me is the thoughts that go by are always checking. Is this going to be my last bike ride? Am I any better or worse than the day before? So that's what I experienced. And I think the key that I've learned through my personal development training is that, so what? It doesn't mean anything. That you're not going to change your feelings and your emotions and your thoughts. That you can actually, be someone other than your thoughts and feelings. And so I think that's what allows me, number one, to see that doesn't have to stop me. It doesn't have to stop anybody. And that what I can contribute is just my determination and what I say I'm going to contribute. So to find out that where the real power is being able to stand for yourself, and that stand for that I make a difference in the world, and that I, working with other people, can have their lives make a difference. Is probably the most, that's what I wake up to every morning, that's what I generate, that I have a say in how my life's going to turn out.
Joe makes a difference in this world. You can too.